Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we'll try to complete the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, for 1 year, there will be a revision for this. In fact, that 1 year you will enjoy more because you are going to deal with some of the subjects, some of the verses. Because in the Gurukul system, the method is teaching is learning. The more you teach, the more you learn. So you will have some students, I don't know how many are going to join, but some students will be surely there, who will be eager to hear as well as eager to apply also in the day-to-day life. So we are in the verse number. Remember, I forgot.
Mataji, 30th.
Yes. So Parikshit Maharaj is known as Vishnu Rata. Vishnu Rata is always protected by Vishnu. Sukadeva Goswami has come by the will of providence there. It's not so easy to get the shelter of Guru Acharya. Like we have got Srila Prabhupada, it's not so easy. But somehow, because of the will of providence, we came in contact with Srila Prabhupada's movement. And then Srila Prabhupada's disciples. And thus we have got initiation or Panchasanskara. So this is all arrangement of the divine will. So now the arrangement of the divine will is Parikshit Maharaj, who is Vishnu Rata. He has got a wonderful guest, that is Sukadeva Goswami, goes down. Sa samvritas tatraha mahan mahiyasam brahmarshi rajarshi devarshi sanghaihi vyarocatalam bhagavan yathendur grahar kshatara nikarahi paritaha samvritas tatra mahan mahiyasam Brahmarshi Rajarshi Devarshi Sanghaihi Vyarocatalam Bhagavan Yathendu Grahar Shatara Nikarai Paritaha. Samvrtaha. Samvrtaha means surrounded by. So Sukadeva Goswami was surrounded by Mahan Mahiyasam Brahmarshi, all greatest of the great saints, Rajarshis, Devarishis, Brahmarishis, Rajarishis. What is the meaning? Even though they are Brahmanas, but they are saints. Even though they are kings, they are saints. Even though they are devatas, they are saints. Sangha, Verochataha. He well deserved that. And then Alam Bhagavan Yatha Induh Graha. Bhagavan, his presence was so wonderful, he is so powerful. Yatha Induh Graha. In this way, like how the moon is surrounded by planets. This moon planet is surrounded by heavenly bodies like stars. In the same way, Sukadeva Goswami is compared to moon and he is surrounded by wonderful, great personalities who are rishis, in whatever respective varnas they are. Somebody is a Kshatriya, but he is a rishi. Somebody is a Brahmana, but he is a rishi. Somebody is occupying a very high post, that is Devata. Devata's post is the highest in the whole of the material world. So in the material world, the highest post is of the Devatas, but he is a Rishi. He is a saint. That means he is inclined to hear about Krishna. Okay. Vimla Mataji, read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji. In the great assembly of saintly personalities, there was Vyasdev, the Brahmarishi, Narad, the Devarishi, Parshuram, the great ruler of the Kshatriya kings, etc. some of them were powerful incarnations of the Lord. Sukdev Goswami was not known as Brahma Rishi, Rajarshi, or Dev Rishi, nor was he an incarnation like Narad, Vyas, or Parshuram, and yet he excelled them in respects 8. This means that the devotee of the Lord is more honored in the world than the Lord himself. One should therefore never minimize the importance of a devotee like Sukdev Goswami. Hare Krishna.
So see here the wonderful statement given by Srila Prabhupada. He is not called as Brahma Rishi, Raja Rishi, or Deva Rishi, but he is Vishnu Rata. Why is Vishnu Rata? He is always protected by Lord. He is a devotee. So devotees, they don't want all this position. They just want to serve Krishna. That is why they are honored in all the respects. They are honored by everyone. It is said when a devotee leaves the body, Devatas stand in line with folded hands and pray to Lord that we should also have such bhagya to come back to you. So they are all doing the duties as an administrator. Like there is a security in church, and there's a function going on inside the temple. Security person cannot leave his position and go inside, even though he wants to be inside. But see the bhagya of the devotees, they go inside, and more bhagya is of the brahmanas who are personally present with the Lord. But even though being in a security cabin, he can think of Krishna. So that is the position of the devatas. What they can do, they cannot leave their administration job. Prashantamasi namakuntha medasam munim nrupo bhagavato bhyupetya pranamya murdna vahitah krutanjalir natva gira sunruttayan vapruchata. Prashantamasi namakuntha medasam munim nrupo bhagavato bhyupetya pranamya murdna vahita krutanjalir natva girasu nurtayan vapruchat. You can sing the Bhagavatam. You can say in Anushtup Chanda also. That is the Mahima of Bhagavatam verse. That is the first time singing and telling in the Chanda Rupa. Prashantam. How is Sukdev Goswami? Peaceful. Prashanta. Prakrushta Rupena Shantaha. Is completely peaceful. Prashantam. Asinam. Asinam means you're sitting. Akuntha Medasam. Without any hesitation, he just sat. Medasam. He has sufficient intelligence. Munim. Such is a great sage. Nrupaha Maharaj Parikshit. Who is Maharaj Parikshit? Bhagavataha, the great devotee. Abhyupetyaha approached him. How? After approaching, what did he do? Pranamya murdna, bowed his head. Avitaha kutanjali, bowed his head properly with folded hands. Actually, there's a way to do Dandavat Pranam. Not just do like Chinese and Japanese. No. You have to nicely fall down. Dandavat Pranam. Or neither, you should say DP. Somebody wrote to me, Mataji, DP. Whole night I was thinking, what is this DP? Maybe some electrical terms or what DP, BP and all. Then next day I called him and asked, early morning I called him, what is this DP? He said, Dandavat Pranam. I said, don't write shortcuts, na. Then the day will come, we'll start even chanting shortcuts. HK, HR square, KR square, K square, H's. Somebody wrote, no, HR square, R square. So stop writing abbreviations. HK, right now. Palm. What is this palm? Right now, please accept my humble obeisances. That much also we cannot write. All the time shortcuts. Already we are not paying any humble obeisances. Even though we are paying obeisances, we are not humble. So better is write 10 times so that it will be imbibed in our consciousness. Yes, we should pay humble obeisances. We write the please accept my humble obeisances. This is the meaning. That means pay respect properly, not carelessly. Especially when the Guru leaves, don't pay obeisances. You know that? When the Guru leaves, that is the time all our devotees, they pay obeisances. No, should not do that. Only when the dead body goes, that is the time one pays obeisances. Acharyas are persons. Acharyas, even though they leave, they are still present. We have to understand, not just carelessly pay obeisances when the Acharya is present there. So that, and not from behind. You know how to pay obeisances. You should never pay from behind. You should pay from front because you seek blessings. How will he bless, like this or what? Will he know that you are paying obeisances? Just don't do as a formality. Do for seeking blessings. And blessings will keep us alive in Krishna consciousness. That is why it's a very much it should be understood very nicely how to pay obeisances. First, look at Guru, pay obeisances. Look at the person to whom you are paying obeisances. Pay obeisances. Seek the blessings. Not that when the Guru leaves, car leaves, all are paying obeisances. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can take the Raja and apply on the head. But don't pay obeisances. Why? Because we want our Guru to live long. We want his long life. In fact, our life also should go to our spiritual master so that he can propagate Krishna consciousness everywhere. Make useless persons like me devotees. So like this, the prayer should be there. So here, he approached him, bowing down before him with folded hands. Natva gira sunratya anvapuchat. So even if you want to ask some questions to the spiritual master, first pay obeisances. Not just come directly like a press conference, the reporters come and they just ask questions. No. I'll send you a video. Now latest is Bhakti, what is it? Dhirendra Shastri. His videos are becoming very famous. What is that place? Bhagidam, where Hanumanji is there. Hanumanji, DPs are there from 5,000 or 500 years, something like that is there. And he has got the siddhi. He just scolded the person who came in the press conference. He said, who has given you the right to speak? We cannot just ask questions like that. Whenever we have to ask questions, first to bow down. So, but the basic etiquettes are not there in nowadays people. But in those times, even though they had to ask something, first thing is they'll pay obeisances. Even now, in Sri Vaishnava cult, when Guru comes, they stand like this. They will stand like this. So that when they speak, the spit should not come to the Guru. They'll come with a Vaishnava dress. They'll stand bowing down. Before Guru, they'll just not go, they'll not speak. They know how to speak. That is why this also signifies keep your mouth shut and hear more. We just go to Guru and just speak casually. No, we should be very... And when to Guru, generally, we should not glorify ourselves. Whatever we are doing, we need not have to glorify. Many times, I still remember, I had been asked to go and tell what we are doing here. Avoid, because it is very clear instructions of Shripad Ramanujacharya. Never glorify oneself. Whatever we are doing, Guru will come to know. We don't have to tell to Guru. If he is asking, then we should reply. Because Guru is Dura Drishti, Vikara Drishti. He knows. We don't have to tell. To such an extent, I'll tell you, I was taking Bhakti Shastri started. My Guru was not knowing. Through everybody he came to know. Then he asked me, hey Narayani, you're taking Bhakti Shastri. I said, I don't know what to do, Maharaj. There is so much of time, so I thought I will utilize the time. So my Guru Maharaj was very happy. Generally, I avoid telling anything. I'll only ask him, how is your health, Maharaj? Yes. Try to speak as much less as possible before Guru. He will speak, we should know. If he is asking question, yes, we should reply. So these are all the things which is taught. And never do pay obeisances from behind. Come before, pay. So purport, Sanjay Prabhu read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. The sage Sri Sukadev Goswami sat perfectly pacified, intelligent, and ready to answer any question without hesitation. The great devotee Maharaj Parikshit approached him, offered him respects by bowing before him, and politely inquired with sweet words and folded hands. The gesture now adopted by Maharaj Parikshit of questioning a master is quite befitting in terms of scriptural injunctions. The scriptural injunction is that one should humbly approach a spiritual master to understand the transcendental science. Maharaj Parikshit was now prepared for meeting his death, and within the very short time of 7 days, he was to know the process of entering the kingdom of God. In such important cases, one is required to approach a spiritual master. There is no necessity of approaching a spiritual master unless one is in need of solving the problems of life. One who does not know how to put questions before the spiritual master has no business seeing him. And the qualification of the spiritual master is perfectly manifested in the person of Sukadev Goswami. Both the spiritual master and the disciple, namely Sri Sukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit, attained perfection through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadev Goswami learned Srimad Bhagavatam from his father Vyasdev, but he had no chance to recite it. Before Maharaj Parikshit, he recited Srimad Bhagavatam and answered the questions of Maharaj Parikshit unhesitatingly, and thus both the master and the disciple got salvation. Hare
Very
Krishna.
clearly, Prabhupada says, if there is no business of asking questions, don't go. Don't waste the time of spiritual master also and yours also. Sometimes when the guru comes, everybody rushes to see, just to show the presence. You're troubling him also, troubling yourself also. Better is go and preach. You'll be very happy. Just making a crowd, making a big line, and then Bichara, so now Guru has given the class, he also has to eat. No, we just take his time, just want to show our face. Not necessary. If we have some spiritual doubts, we should go. If by our presence, our spiritual master is really happy, go. It should not become a headache for a spiritual master. So if some seva is there, go. Take for him some foodstuffs, prasadam. All the seva is there, go. Just to make up show of showing the presence, not really. Your presence is seen in the class. When the common class is going on, be present there. We don't have to go and personally meet until and unless we have some doubts relating to some preaching activities or some doubts regarding our spiritual growth. We should see that we have to give them time to rest also. The spiritual master will not take even a morsel of thing till he is free. So we have to give them time. Now they are aging. We should be very, very careful in our dealings with the spiritual master. We should not waste time, ours also, theirs also. It's a waste of time because you just go, just sit like this. Spiritual, kya kar rahe hain? Bas acha hai. Jab kar rahe ho, theek hai. Any doubts? No doubts. The better is be in the class. In the class itself, spiritual master has seen you. He is daksha. Daksha means even though he has not seen you, he knows that you are there. Tatradi dakshat, ativallabhasya. They are daksha. They are very expert. Parikshituvacha aho adya vayam brahman satsevaya kshatrabandavaha kripaya tithi rupena bhavadbhistirthakaha krutaha. Parikshituvacha aho adya vayam brahman satsevaya kshatrabandavaha kripaya tithi rupena bhavadbhistirthakaha krutaha. You have sanctified this place, Parikshit Maharaj says. Oh, today we Brahmanas, oh Brahmana, we means all of us, Sat Sevaya, we are eligible to serve the devotee. Kshatraha Bandavaha Krupeha. Kshatra Bandavaha Krupeha. So we are Kshatra Bandhu, the ruling class. You have bestowed mercy onto us. How? By appearing as Atithi Rupena, Atithi. Without intimation, you have appeared. This is our Bhagya. Bhavatbihi, by your good self. Tirthakaha, you are qualified for being places of pilgrimage. That means you are qualified to make a place, a pilgrimage. Bhavad Vidha Bhagavata Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Bhubho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadavrataha. We know this verse. Where it came? Yudhishthir Maharaj speaking to Vidura. So you actually, when by your presence, the whole place becomes pilgrimage. Kritaha, you have done that. Why? Because you are carrying Krishna. Bhavatbhi, by your good self, Bhavatbhi, you are carrying Krishna. And we are fortunate to serve you. You have given us that eligibility to serve. So in this Parikshit Maharaj says, we are so fortunate, O Brahmana, by your appearance, that you have appeared as an Atithi. Atithi he Parameshwara. It is said also. Serve Atithi who has appeared without any intimation. Serve him as good as God. That was to be the culture. And then Tirthaha. The whole place has become pilgrimage. So royal kingdom, that means Kshatriyas, they should accept that they are unworthy to serve because of being lesser than in the Varna, their position is lesser than Brahmanas. And lesser to Kshatriyas are the Vaishyas. And lesser to them are the Shudras. So it is a fortune that a Brahmana is engaging Kshatriya and Vaishya and Shudra in the service. So that type of indebtedness should be there. Though we are unqualified, oh Lord, you have allowed us to serve the Brahmana. And who is a Brahmana? Who is a devotee? Simple. So you are a devotee. Oh Brahmana, you are a devotee and we are fortunate to serve you, though we are unworthy. Okay, Gandhi Prabhu, read.
Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Saint devotees like Sukdev Goswami generally do not approach worldly enjoyers, especially those in royal orders. Maharaja Prataprudra was a follower of Lord Chaitanya, but when he wanted to see the Lord refused to see him because he was a king. For a devotee who desires to go back to Godhead, two things are strictly prohibited: worldly enjoyers and women. Therefore, devotees of the standard of Sukadeva Goswami are never interested in seeing kings. Maharaja Parikshit was, of course, a different case. He was a great devotee, although a king, and therefore Sukadeva Goswami came to see him in his last stage of life. Maharaja Parikshit, out of his devotional humility, felt himself an unworthy descendant of his great Kshatriya forefathers. Although he was as great as his predecessors, the unworthy sons of royal orders are called Kshatriya Bandhavas, as the unworthy sons of the Brahmanas are called Dushbandhus or Brahma Bandhus. Maharaja Parikshit was greatly encouraged by the presence of Sukadeva Goswami. He felt himself sanctified by the presence of the great saint, whose presence turned any place into a place of pilgrimage. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. So he felt himself very sanctified. Okay. Yesham samsmarat punsam sadyah shuddhanti vaigruhaha kim punardarshana sparsha padashauchasana dibihi yesham samsmaranat punsam sadyah shuddhanti vaigruhaha kim punardarshana sparsha padashauchasanadibihi. So yesham samsmaranat pumsam sadyah, just by remembering you, pumsam, a person, instantly sadyah shuddhanti, is cleaned. That means his consciousness automatically cleanses. Certainly, vahi, that is certain. Graha kim punah darshana. Sparsha. What is the bhagya of having such great personalities at home? Graha. Then darshan, meeting him, touching his feet, or washing his feet, touching him, then offering a seat, etc. Now here, what has been said, just by remembering, you remember your spiritual master, you're automatically pleased. And what a bhagya is if the spiritual master comes home, and then what a bhagya just in seeing him, touching his lotus feet, washing his lotus feet or cleaning his lotus feet. What to clean? Everything is, we are cleaning ourselves, pouring water. Then offering a seat in our home. So what a bhagya. This is known as Vapu Seva. One is known as Vani Seva. So Vapu Seva, few get that bhagya. Vani Seva, just by remembering his words, remembering his instruction, you serve, you're automatically purified. Srila Prabhupada met his Guru just twice. But there were his god brothers who were always with the spiritual master. They got the bhagya of Vapu Seva. But Prabhupada is more glorious because he followed the instructions of the spiritual master and remembered him at every moment. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Yasya prasadan nagati kutobi. Dhyayans tuvanstasya yashastri sandhyam. Vande Guru Shri Charana Arvinda. So in this way, just dhyayantu, just remember him. Just by remembering him, one is purified. Then what to speak of those who are getting the fortune of doing Vapu Seva? Everybody cannot get that. That has been given here. Okay, Vrindavan Lila Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation: simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your body, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home. The importance of holy place of pilgrimage is due to the presence of great sages and saints. It is said that sinful persons go to the holy places and leave their sins there to accumulate. But the presence of the great saints disinfects the accumulated sins, and thus the holy places continue to remain sanctified by the grace of the devotees and saints present there. If such saints appear in the homes of worldly people, certainly the accumulated sins of such worldly enjoyers become neutralized. Therefore, the holy saints actually have no self-interest with the householders. The only aim of such saints is to sanctify the houses of the householders. And the householders, therefore, should feel grateful when such saints and sages appear at their doors. A householder who dishonors such holy orders is a great offender. It is enjoined, therefore, that a householder who does not bow down before a saint at once must undergo fasting for the day in order to neutralize the great offense. Hare Krishna Mataji.
As soon as you see a saintly person, immediately one should bow down. One must undergo fasting for the day in order to neutralize the great offense. This is very much important. Now say, Prabhupada, why is he speaking all this? To teach us. You see your Shiksha Guru, you see your Diksha Guru, immediately you should pay obeisance. Even to a devotee who has shown the path, the senior Vaishnava, immediately pay obeisances. If we don't do that, what will happen? We are actually accumulating sins. It's a rule. Sometimes it so happens within the temple. When your Guru is taking darshan, at that time don't fall at his feet. Guru is sitting in one corner. It's a temple premises. You can go and pay obeisances. That is nothing harm in it. Generally, it is said within the temple, don't do. But what happens is there is no place. You have seen your Guru, then you'll go like that. No, you have to go and pay obeisances. What is the problem? In one corner, your Guru is sitting. You should do that. There you cannot say it is temple premises, I should not pay obeisances. No, I should pay obeisances. I should pay obeisances. But not before. When the Guru is taking darshan, there you go and fall the feet, then what Guru will do? Not there. So we should know how to, like when the Guru is taking the class, you should pay obeisances. The Guru is going to take the class. If you don't pay obeisance, Guru will take class inside the temple only. So there are certain rules that is actually for the altar, inside the altar. There is a hall. Sometimes we don't understand the thing and then we'll take it. Like there was somebody who was arrogantly behaving. So at that time, the same verse was coming. And they felt that, oh, he was very arrogant. He was very arrogant in entering and showing the pride. So this time, the same verse was there. So that time, we had to explain the verse only. Na? He felt very bad. He said, Mataji, you told that not to pay obeisances in the temple. I said, hey, bhai, it is not inside the altar. Not inside the altar. In the hall, you are supposed to pay obeisances, not just enter. It is said, even when we enter the temple, first pay obeisances and then enter the temple. Because we are taking permission of the Devatas, we are taking the permission of the authority there, we are taking the permission of the Vaishnavas there. Then only we should enter. That is why there is a place in the beginning. Garuda Stambha is there. First pay obeisances there. Then ask for the eligibility to go and take darshan. Not just come like a hero and just enter and just see God. No. First we have to pay obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Because we don't have eligibility. What eligibility we have? We don't have anything. So this is all. This is what Srila Prabhupada is teaching this. If you have not done all these things, Prabhupada says fast. Don't eat that. It's good. Now, if you don't eat, then we'll, because other all, okay, somebody will say, okay, give 500 rupees. It is easy to give. But to keep fast is difficult. So better is fast that day. And then remember, if you do again you have to fast. So this is a nice teaching, Srila Prabhupada says. Sannidhyatte mahayogin patakani mahantyapi sadyo nashyanti vaipumsam vishnoriva suretaraha. Sannidhyatte mahayogin patakani mahantyapi sadyo nashyanti vaipumsam vishnoriva suretaraha. So, Sannidhyate Mahayogin Patakani Mahanti Api Sadhyaha Nashyanti. So what happens? This Mahayogin, these mystics, they're actually atheists. Mystics are atheists. Those who follow Jnana Marga, they're actually atheists. Jnana Marga or Dhyana Marga. They are not so much inclined to serve the lotus feet of Krishna. They are atheists. Directly just as atheist. They are atheists. Why they are atheists? But here Mahayogin has been told to Sukadeva Goswami. But here we can also say that those who don't understand the presence of Lord, or those who cannot remain in the presence of Lord, they are vanquished. Sannidhyati te mahanyogin patakani mahanti api. They may be very great personalities. Sadhyaha, immediately they will be vanquished. Vaipumsam Vishnoho iva sura itaraha. They don't like the presence of Lord. Here, Sura Itaraha has been given. So, they don't like the presence of Lord. They don't accept the administration of Lord also. Other than the demigods, it has been given. Iva Sura Itaraha. That means demigods, they love the presence of Lord. Sura means devotees. Itaraha means other than the devotees. Then who are the other than the devotees? Atheists. See how the conclusion has come. How this verse is for atheists. Why Sura Itaraha? Other than Suras, other than the ones who are devotees of Lord, others, Vishnoho They don't like the presence of Lord. That is why Vishnoho, they don't like the presence of Lord. Nashyanti, they are completely vanquished. Sadhyaha, that too immediately. They are patakani. Patakani means their sins. They are committing sins. So in this way, O Mahanti, O great person, O Mahayogin, O great mystics. To such an extent, even when I was explaining about Mahayogin, Mahayogis are those who are Mahadevotees, Mahanti. But just being in a Dhyana Marga and a Jnana Marga and not taking up to the presence of Lord, not taking up to the service of Lord, they're actually atheists. They are not only fooling themselves, they're wasting their time also. That is why it is said, though that may be a transcendental path, one of the transcendental path, but still, till the point they don't come to Krishna consciousness, they are worse than even atheists also. At least atheist openly says, I don't accept God. But those who on the name of transcendental path think that we are dhyanis, we are jnanis, but not taking shelter of Krishna, what is the use of being a dhyani and a jnani? They are rascals. Fool is an atheist, then rascal is these two people. Why? They know that the topmost goal is to achieve Krishna prema. They don't want to know them. Rascals are those who don't want to know, even though they are seeing devotees performing devotional service, but they are too much attached to the process what they have taken up. They waste their time, they waste public time, they waste public money also. They waste everything. There are so many jnanis, so-called renunciates. They will do so much of tapasya. They'll remove their hair, they'll walk barefoot. Sometimes they are digambaras also, trying to attract crowd. Though they are performing lot of renunciation, but they don't know the goal of life. What is the use then? What is the use? So actually they are committing sins only. So-called tapasya is also sin only. Because the tapasya is not for achieving Krishna. Then what is the use of tapasya? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. He is the bhoktaram for even tapasya also. But if a person who is performing devotional service is not performing tapasya, is not inclined to know that bhoktaram is Lord, then what is the use? So Prabhupada starts, there are two classes of human beings, atheist devotees. That is why Sura Itaraha. This word Sura Itaraha means other than Suras. Now, if a person wants to know what is my nature, if he is performing devotional service, if he wants to know what is my nature, then he should refer to that word, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana, Sarvair Gunestatra Samasate Sura. Whoever is performing devotional service, he has all the wonderful qualities of Nitya Suras. So he is such a Pumsam that he is taken shelter of Krishna. That is why he has all the wonderful qualities of Nitya Suras. The Suris. Okay. Raksha, read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandat Pranam. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. There are two classes of human beings, namely the atheist and the devotee of the Lord. The devotee of the Lord, because of the manifesting godly qualities, is called a demigod, whereas the atheist is called a demon. The demon cannot stand the presence of Vishnu. The personality of Godhead, the demons are always busy in trying to vanquish the personality of Godhead. But factually, as soon as the personality of Godhead appears by either his transcendental name, form, attributes, pastimes, paraphernalia, or variegatedness, the demon is at once vanquished. It is said that the ghost cannot remain as soon as the holy name of the Lord is chanted. The great saints and devotees of the Lord are in the list of his paraphernalia. And thus, as soon as a saintly devotee is present, the ghostly saints are at once vanquished. That is the verdict of all Vedic literatures. One is recommended, therefore all associate only with saintly devotees. so that worldly demons and ghosts cannot exert their sinister influence. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. So when it is recommended, therefore, to associate with only saintly people, so that worldly demons, ghosts cannot exert their sinister influence. Api me Bhagavan Pritah Krishna Pandu Sutapriyah Krishna Pandu Sutapriyah Paitrashvaseya Prityartham Tadgotrasyatta Bandhavah Api me Bhagavan Pritah Krishna Pandu Sutapriyah Paitrashvaseya Prityartham Tadgotrasyatta Bandhavah Api, definitely. So definitely Bhagavan Pritah Krishna Pandusutah. So Lord Krishna, who is very dear to Pandusutah, that is the sons of Pandu, he has accepted me. Pritihi artham tad gotrasya atabandava. Atabandava means he has accepted me as a friend. He has accepted me as Priya Paitraha, as one of the relation. How is relative? And why he has accepted me? Because he is pleasing his great cousins and brothers. So how Lord is related to Parikshit Maharaj? Through Kunti Putra, through Kunti Mata. Vasudev's sister is Kunti. That is how the whole Lord is the relative. Lord is actually relative. And he has accepted me as one of the relative. He doesn't say all is relative. Lord has accepted me as one of the relative because he is very dear to Pandusuta. He is very related, very dear to Pandavas. That is why he has accepted me. Swaseyaha, sons of the sister, in relation with the father, the sons of the sister. Yes. So Vasudev's sister, their sons are Pandu. Priti Artham. So to satisfy them, he has accepted me. I am coming in the same Gotra. So Gotrasya, I am coming as a descendant. So Gotra is very important. You belong to which Gotra? So if you are coming in the same Gotra, it is said, generally in the same Gotra, you should not get the daughters or sons married. Gotra should be different. Now I belong to the Gotra of Pandus, he says. And Krishna belongs to the Gotra of Vasudev. This way, so to please my descendants, for that, because I am the descendant, to please Pandus, what you call, not descendant, forefathers. To please my forefathers, he has accepted. So it's a nice thing. And it is also a learning for us. We should be eligible to enter the family of Krishna. And that eligibility is given by our spiritual master. Just by giving us the name Das Dasi. Just say, Dasi, your servant. Oh, so nice. We have entered the house of Krishna to serve him. Outsider cannot become a Das and Dasi. That is why one should be eager to get this title, Das or Dasi. By this, one has entered the family of Krishna. Even the servants are also sometimes treated as a family member. You give something, whatever is remaining to the servants. So they are also treated as family members. So this is the bhagya which our spiritual master has given to us, the eligibility of being a Das. That is why when you identify yourself, tell this Das. Dasi, don't say I am so and so Prabhu, so and so Mata. No, I am Das, Dasi. Okay, bye. Aruna read.
Hare Krishna, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. A pure and exclusive devotee of the Lord serves his family interest more dexterously than others, who are attached to illusory family affairs. Generally, people are attached to family matters, and the whole economic impetus of human society is moving under the influence of family affection. Such deluded persons have no information that one can render better service to the family by becoming a devotee of the Lord. The Lord gives special protection to the family members and descendants of a devotee, even though such members are themselves non-devotees. Maharaja Prahlada was a great devotee of the Lord, but his father Hiranyakashipu was a great atheist and declared enemy of the Lord. But despite all this, Hiranyakashipu was awarded salvation due to his being the father of Maharaja Prahlada. The Lord is so kind that he gives all protection to the family members of his devotee, and thus the devotee has no need to bother about his family members, even if one leaves such family members aside to discharge devotional service. Maharaja Yudhishthira and his brothers were the sons of Kunti, the paternal aunt of Lord Krishna, and Maharaja Parikshit admits the patronage of Lord Krishna because of his being the only grandson of the great Pandavas. Hare Krishna.
See this line, Lord is so kind that he gives all protection to the family members of his devotees. So sometimes the devotee leaves the house and is engaged in the preaching task. He's always thinking, what will happen to my family members? Don't worry. Lord gives protection to the family members. We don't have to worry for that. Lord will make a better arrangement for his family members. Sometimes we think, if I am not there, what will happen to my mother, father? And this is actually, this line, I used to always think, because we are two daughters. And my mother always used to grudge, what is this? Nobody is there to take care of us. You're always in the preaching task. My sister used to take care. Then I used to think, Lord has given somebody to take care. So always I used to think this, and whenever we used to read Bhagavatam, this all used to come, yes, Lord is there to take care of the family members. Then it's whatever basic duties are there that we have to do. But now it so happened, yes, this line is so true. Now the parents have got such a nice facility in the temple itself. They are staying in the temple making flowers for Lord. So we don't have to bother. Sometimes the parents also bother. What will happen? What will happen to it? Nothing will happen. Krishna is there. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Krishna is there to protect all the family members, including that person also. Anyatha te vyakta gater darshanam nah katham nulam itaram riyamananam samsiddhasya vaniyasah. Anyatha te vyakta gater darshanam nah katham nulam itaram riyamananam samsiddhasya vaniyasah. Otherwise, anyatha. So Lord is there to protect. Lord has accepted me as his family member. What is the meaning? Lord has taken the personal responsibility to take care of me. Lord has taken the personal responsibility. That is in the 6 Mahavakyas given by Varadaraj Perumal to Kanchipurna, Tirukachi, Nambi. In the 6 Mahavakyas, a devotee need not remember me at the time of death. I take it a personal responsibility to take care of a devotee. So anyatha here refers to without being inspired, anyatha, avyaktaha gate darshanam. So how is it that you have appeared here? For a common man, avyakta gate, they cannot even understand your movements. Avyakta gate. But for us, you have darshanam. Lord has arranged the meeting. Katham, how? Nulam, nitaram, mriyamananam. Those who are about to die, samsiddhya, vaniyeshaha. You have voluntarily appeared. Why? You are perfect. Samsiddhya. Samsiddhasya. You are all perfect. You're all perfect. And in this way, the Lord has made a wonderful arrangement. The devotee need not worry. Somebody asked Sripad Ramacharya, what will happen if at the time of death I don't remember Krishna? Ramacharya told, you remember Krishna when you are healthy. Lord will remember you when you are not able to remember him because of vata dosha. Yadi vata adi doshena mad bhakto mam nacha smarit aham smarami mat bhaktah nayami paramam gatim. I take him back to God. So we don't have to bother much what will happen at the time of death. Yes, if I am not chanting, every day is a death. If I am not serving Lord, every day actually I am dying only. I am nearing death. But if I chant, I am always alive. I will be alive even after giving up this body. So this is very important. Otherwise, without his inspiration, how is it that you have appeared here? Who is incognito even to the common man? And you have voluntarily appeared. Actually, nobody called you. But just see how Krishna's arrangement, that Lord wanted Bhagavatam to be spoken to Parikshit Maharaj. So these prayers one can do. Lord, at the time of death, somehow you make it a nice, wonderful arrangement that I hear Bhagavatam, I speak Bhagavatam, and I leave the body. What wonderful consciousness will be there. Either you speak or you hear something you do with Bhagavatam. Or you inquire for Bhagavatam. Or you inquire some questions and give up the body. You know, heart attacks come na tak karke. But that heart attack is not just an attack. That is just a pretext to leave the body. Some pretext should be there. Okay, if that bhagya is not there, somebody is not able to chant. But Krishna says, I will make a proper arrangement by which you will always remember. Okay. Ravindra Sachiputra Prabhu. Read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ji Jai. The great sage Sukadeva Goswami was certainly inspired by Lord Krishna to appear voluntarily before Maharaj Parikshit, the great devotee of the Lord, just to give him the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. One can achieve the nucleus of the devotional service of the Lord by the mercy of the spiritual master, the mercy of personality of Godhead. The spiritual master is the manifested representative of the Lord to help one achieve ultimate success. One who is not authorized by the Lord cannot become a spiritual master. Sukadeva Goswami is an authorized spiritual master, and thus he was inspired by the Lord to appear before Maharaj Parikshit and instruct him the teachings of Bhagavatam. One can achieve the ultimate success of going back to Godhead if he is favored by the Lord sending his true representative. As soon as a true representative of the Lord is met by a devotee of the Lord, the devotee is assured a guarantee for going back to Godhead just after giving the present body. This, however, depends upon the sincerity of the devotee himself. The Lord is seated in the heart of all living beings, and thus he knows very well the movements of all individual persons. As soon as the Lord finds that a particular soul is very eager to go back to Godhead, the Lord at once sends his bona fide representative. The sincere devotee is thus assured by the Lord and going back to Godhead. The conclusion is that to get the assistance and help of a bona fide spiritual master means to receive the direct help of the Lord himself. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So this is the conclusion. What is the conclusion? To get the assistance and help of the spiritual master. Means to receive the direct help of the Lord himself. Yasya prasada bhagavad prasad. This is the meaning. When spiritual master is helping us, understand it is Lord who is externally manifesting in the form of his mercy. Ataha pruchhami samsiddhi yoginam paramam gurum pruchhasyeha yat karyam priyamanasya sarvatha. Ataha, therefore, I am inquiring to you. Pruchhami. Samsiddhim. Sampurna rupena siddhim. What is the way of perfection? Yoginam paramam gurum. You are the spiritual master of the saints also. Paramam Gurum Purushasya, your spiritual master for everyone in this life. Yat karyam mahimanasya sarvataha. So what should be the duty of one who is about to die? Just see the question asked. You are Guru for everyone. You have studied the pranam mantra of Sukadeva Goswami in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, first canto, second chapter, where Suta Goswami prays. What does he pray? Two pranam mantras are offered to Suta Goswami, offers two pranam mantras to Sukadeva Goswami. Yam pravrjantam anupeta peta krutyam vaipayano virakatarajuah putreti tanmayataya tarvo abhinayadus tam sarvabhutaradayam munimanatosmi. You are present in everyone's heart. And when you ran, putreti. Who cried? Vyasa cried. Yam pravrjantam anupeta peta krutyam. You did not undergo any reformatory system. And then immediately says, Yasvanubhavam akila shruti saramekam adhyatma nityam anivinivrutta kamaham. Sorry, adhyatma deepam atititir tamo andham sansarina karunaya purana guhyam tam vyasa sunum upayami gurum muninam. See, this is the line, the last line. You are Guru for everyone. Tam vyasa sunum. You are the son of Vyasa. Tam vyasa sunum upayami gurum muninam. You are Guru for everyone. You have not undergone any reformatory system. You are present in everyone's heart. Yes, Swanubhavam Akhila Shrutisara Mekam. You are giving Shrutisara, the essence of the Vedas. You have experienced it. Yes, Swanubhavam. Why Anubhava? Swa Anubhava. Why he is parrot of Srimati Radharani. That is why you have experienced. Adhyatma Deepam Atitir Tamo Andham. Those who have fallen in this material world, you have given this light. Sansarina Karunaya. Why? Because of Karuna. The mercy. That is why you are Guru for everyone. That's why I'm asking you. What is the question asked? Just see. What should be the duty of the one who is about to die? About to die. Oh, we are not going to die now. Na? Tomorrow Dwadashi, I have to take all prasadam. Today is Ekadashi, wonderful prasadam. And I'm not going to die now. I'm going to die afterwards. Every next second, we don't know what is going to happen. Next second. So, an intelligent person is one who knows death is my best friend who will never leave me. Everyone else will leave and go, but death will never leave. In that also we fight. You just see. We fight for no reasons. We have so many jhamelas put on our small brain. So much of retaliating attitude. So much of dukkhas stored in the consciousness. Why? Next moment, I'm going to leave everything and go. Why so much of attachment? There's a big question we should ask to ourselves. Why so much of attachment? Why so much of if and buts? Next moment. So what is my duty? I should chant. Simply chant. There's no other better duty than this. The best duty is chant the holy name. So Bindu Mata, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Unless one is perfectly anxious to inquire about the way of perfection, there is no necessity of approaching a spiritual master. A spiritual master is not a kind of decoration for a householder. Generally, a fashionable materialist engages a so-called spiritual master without any profit. The pseudo-spiritual master flatters the so-called disciple, and thereby both the master and his ward go to hell without a doubt. Maharaj Parikshit is the right type of disciple because he put forward questions vital to the interest of all men, particularly for the dying men. The question put forward by Maharaj Parikshit is the basic principle of the complete thesis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now let us see how intelligently the great master replies. Hare Krishna.
So this is the basic principle of the complete thesis of Srimad Bhagavatam, art of leaving the body. Art of leaving, we say, no, we should keep a topic, art of leaving. People will think, oh, they are having art. Read art of leaving. I'm going to keep the next topic now, art of leaving.
Art
Instead
of
of
dying.
saying, na, Bhakti Vaibhava. No, we should give this art of leaving. Dying, if we say, then it becomes very terrific. Na? Nobody wants to die. Art of leaving, everybody is attracted. So art of leaving, somebody may think, okay, we have put some spelling mistake or what. Instead of saying Bhagavatam Bhakti Vaibhava, art of leaving. When you are some artist taught. Yashottavyam yathojapyam yatkartavyam nubhi prabho smartavyam vajaniyam va bhuhi yadva viparyayam. So what should a person do? What should he hear? Shottavyam, japyam. What should he chant? Kartavyam. What duties he has to execute? Maybe by the people in general. O Prabhu, O Master, Smartavyam, who is to be remembered? Bhajaniyam, who is worshipable? Va Bruhi, please explain. Yadva Viparyayam. Why this against the wind principle is kept? 1 minute. What should not be done? What are the things should not be, means what are against the scriptures? That also explained. Now see, he has covered everything. In one line, everything is asked. Who is to be worshipped? What should be chanted? What should be heard? Who is to be remembered? And what are the things which should not be done? Yam niyam has been asked. Then comes asan. Then comes pranayam. Then comes pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So all the yoga principles has been put in first yam and niyam. And then that is samadhi. If yam and niyam is followed properly, and that too, if the mercy of spiritual master is there, he can attain samadhi. Nunam bhagavato brahman Graheshu Grahamedinam Nalakshate Yavasthana Vipi Godohanam Pachita Nunam Bhagavato Brahman Graheshu Grahamedinam Nalakshate Yavasthanam Api Godohanam Pachita. So we have heard what we have heard, that you don't stay in anyone's house. You go, you visit, no. But how long you are there? You are there in the houses of men long enough to milk a cow. When you milk a cow, it takes 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. That means you hardly stay in the houses. But it's our bhagya that you have come. Saintly people, they go to the houses of householders. And how much time they should spend? They should spend the time till they are milking the cows. That means to the extent milking the cow. What is the meaning? To the extent spiritual inquiries are there. That is milk. That is compared to milk. The moment some anarthas are discussed, run away from that place. When you say milking the cow, now what the grahastha will understand this? Tell me. He doesn't have a cow only, he has a dog. He has a dog in the house. So, saintly people, they don't visit the place where dogs are there. Now, every grahastha is not having a cow. Vrindavanila Mataji's exception. She has a cow in the house. So the saint will come to know, yes, till the time she's milking the cow, I'll be there. But then what about others? And what about even if a saint comes and a cow is there, as long as spiritual discussions, spiritual discourses are going on, spiritual discussions are going on, that is amrutatvaha. Till that time, be in the Grihastha's house. Don't go for personal sense gratification to any Grihastha's house. There is an injunction for every saint and sages. They never go for their personal sense gratification. They go to uplift others by giving nectar. So as long as the nectarian talk is there, be there. So, O Sukadeva Goswami, you are always there to give your nectarian knowledge to others. You have nothing material, nor you give anything material. This is the most important verse to be understood in the depth. Whenever Bhagavatam is there, understand it with the depth. Because how long sages should be there? How much time? Then how are we going to calculate milking the cow and all? Nectarian talk. Okay. Venkatesh Prabhu, Venkatesh Avatar Prabhu. Please read.
Hare Krishna Mata, Dandavat Pranam. Translation: O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the house of men long enough to milk a cow. Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Saints and sages in the renounced order of life go to the houses of the householders at the time they milk the cows early in the morning and ask some quantity of milk for subsistence. A pound of milk fresh from the milk bag of cow is sufficient to feed an adult with all vitamin values, and therefore saint and sages live only on milk. Even the poorest of the householders keep at least 10 cows, so each delivering 12 to 20 quarts of milk, and therefore no one hesitates to spare a few pounds of milk for the mendicants. So it is a duty of the householders to maintain the saint and sages like the children. So a saint like Shukdev Goswami would hardly stay at the house of householders for more than 5 minutes in the morning. In other words, such saints are rarely seen in the house of the householders. And Maharaja Parikshit therefore prayed to him to instruct him as soon as possible. The householders also should be intelligent enough to get some transcendental information from visiting sages. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market. There should be reciprocal relation between the saint and the householders. Hare Krishna.
See here, what is the last line? Reciprocal relation. Now you are giving milk to the saint and you ask something material. When a saint comes, he comes when you have to do. He does madhukari. Madhukari means whatever you give. Generally, what you should give? Milk products. Satvik. You don't have milk, then what you'll do? You don't have cow only in the house. Then what you'll do? Whatever is available with you, fruits. That means if he's hungry, you'll not give chapatis or what? You'll not give rice, you'll not give prasadam. Satvik ahara. When milk is told, understand. You have to understand the purport what Prabhupada says. Here, satvik ahara. The best satvik ahara is milk. Because it is the king of all the satvik ahara. Cow products, because satoguna, personification of satoguna is cow. And in turn, what the sages give? Instructions. That is also milk only. That is also amrutattva. You are taking milk, you are giving milk. You are taking amrutaha, you are giving amrutaha. One is in the form of prasad, and one is in the form of teachings. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upadayate. Bhagavad Gita speaks. Last verse, Sutta Goswami. Sutavacha evama bhashitah prushtah saragyaksha lakshmaya gira pratyabhashata dharmagyo bhagavan badarayanihi. श्रुतुवाच एवमाभाषितः पृष्टः स राज्ञाक्ष लक्षणया गिरा प्रत्यभाषत धर्मज्ञो भगवान् बादरायणिः, the son of Vyasadeva. So now Yasudha Goswami says, Evam Abhashitaha. In this way, Parikshit Maharaj spoke, asked Prishtaha. When he was asked like this by the king, Shalakshanaya, sweet language, Pratyabhasha. He began to reply in a sweet way. Dharmagya, the principles of religion. Bhagavan, Badarayanaha. Badarayanihi, the son of Vyasadeva, is very powerful personality. He began to speak in a very sweet way, using sweet language. Now, yesterday we were doing Ayodhya Kand. Ramayana is going on. Ayodhya Kand. Ayodhya Kand is Dharma Parayana. And what are the duties of a human? How should be a human? How should human conduct? Everything has been spoken. In one place, when Lakshmana is asking, when Lakshmana is saying, see, Bharat Maharaj has come. That too with his troops. Mother has created such a havoc. Now here also this son wants to create a havoc in Chitrakoot. Here also he doesn't want us to live peacefully. Prabhu Ram said, stop. Don't speak like this. The moment you speak like this, every word is actually for me. Don't think that you are speaking to Bharat. You are speaking for me. If you desire kingdom, I'll give it to you. I'll ask him to give it to you. In this, Lakshmana became so shameful. So what I have done? He was feeling very ashamed. Now, when he's feeling ashamed, that time he's trying to change the topic. So I think father has also come. Let me see. Now, Rama could have scolded more. But what did Rama do? He also changed the topic, understanding that Lakshmana is feeling very ashamed for the activity or the words what he has spoken. So this is another one dharma activity. What the dharma is, when somebody is feeling guilty of the activity what he has done, that time take him, accept him. That is by acceptance, one of the three principles of acceptance, availability, appreciation. These three enhances our devotion. Acceptance. Somebody understands that I have done mistake. First, we should understand we have done mistake. And if we have done a mistake, somebody comes to the spiritual master, then the spiritual master accepts him. He doesn't go on pinning him. No, you have done this mistake. No, he accepts. But for that, he has to first accept. Yes, I have done a mistake. Now here, Parikshit Maharaj says, I don't know what is the duty. Sukadeva Goswami accepted and is teaching him in a very sweet words. He is not saying, you put snake. That is why you got the reaction. Did he say this? Because even Sukadeva Goswami also knows that is the will of providence. Because Bhagavatam is very sweet. He is going to speak Bhagavatam. That is why Bhashitaha, the most sweet language, is Bhagavatam. Okay. Mohit Prabhu, read the words, read the translation. Mohit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. Sri Suta Goswami said,
read the verse. First read the verse.
Oh, the verse.
Suta
Uvacha Evamabhashita Prushtha Sarajna Shlakshana Yagira Pratyabhashata Dharmajno Bhagavan Badarayanihi. Translation. Sri Suta Goswami said, the king thus spoke and questioned the sage using sweet language. Then the great and powerful personality, the son of Vyasadeva, who knew the principles of religion, began his reply. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. So, any questions? First canto is done. Raksha Mataji is very happy because she is going to teach others also. Everybody will get the
Mataji,
chance.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai ho.
Jai ho. Okay. Any questions?
May I ask, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
Mataji, in text 32, it is saying Parikshit Vacha. Generally, the address is Raja Vacha. Why it is different here?
Because here he has left the position of his kingship.
Okay. Okay.
That is how he keeps the helmet down, na? He bows down without the helmet. There he is not Raja Vacha. He is Parikshit Vacha.
Okay, Mataji, clear. Thank you.
Ravindra Sachiputra Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, just two small questions and one comment. It is mentioned in text 30 in the purport by Prabhupada ji. Nor was he an incarnation like Narada, Vyasa, and Parshuram. So Parshuram and Vyasa, we know that they are incarnation. Is Narada also an incarnation?
Yeah, Shakti Avesh Avatar, na?
Saktaveshwar, okay, right. So, like Prabhupada ji, Saktaveshwar.
Prabhupada has not told like that.
Yeah, he's not told, right? That also is correct.
Prabhupada will kick us out.
And,
But Prabhupada is empowered by Lord. Is empowered.
yeah.
Directly, if you say incarnation, Prabhupada will not like. But for our understanding, we should know, yes, he is an empowered soul. When you say incarnation, what happens is Vishnu Tattvas. Every Jivatma is also Vishnu Tattva only, but not directly, indirectly. So here what is mentioned is direct Vishnu Tattvas.
Directly.
Indirect Vishnu Tattvas, like Jivatma is empowered. Narada comes in Jiva Tattva only.
Because there has been a lot of discussion on this Prabhupada ji, whether he's an incarnation or not. And of course, as you said, that Prabhupada ji won't like it. This also I've heard many times. Like he will not like the aggressive.
But he's empowered soul.
Empowered soul.
He's Vishnu Rata.
Vishnu. Acha, okay. Okay, Vishnu Rata. Next one is the last text 40, where you said that king spoke and questioned that stage using sweet language. So what can be the constituent ingredients of this sweet language? I could think of humility, soft spoken. I wanted to know if you can add some rasa to this phrase, sweet language.
So we know the 6 bhashyas of Prabhu Ram. The 6 talks, the 6 type of talks.
Okay.
Ramayana 6.
Yes. Now
Purva Bhashi, Mita Bhashi, Hit Bhashi, Satya Bhashi, Madhura Bhashi, Priya Bhashi. So even though it is truth, it is to come in a very, Ramayana speaks truth, but Ramayana speaks in a very sweet way. Bhagavatam speaks truth, but whenever Bhagavatam is spoken, it sounds very sweet. Hey, you are going to die. Sweet.
Ramayana speaks in a sweet way. And what does Bhagavatam do? It also speaks in a sweet way, but what is it?
Bhagavatam is also sweet. Though Purana, when you compare Kavya with Purana, Kavya is more sweeter than the Purana.
Like that Lavan Kush spoke that Kavya.
Yes, yeah. Kavya is more sweeter than the Purana. Kavyas can be accepted very nicely because it is in the form of a story and in the form of a poetic way.
Poetic way, singing.
Bhagavatas have chandas. Not that everybody can recite Bhagavatam. But Bhagavatam is told in a very sweet way. Now just see, giving a bitter medicine in a sweet way. It's also an art. Because after the Upanishad, it is Purana. But again, only 17 were written. 18th was
Bhagavad Purana.
Bhagavad Purana. After the whole Vedas is made into Vedanta Sutra, natural commentary is given. But it is given in a very sweet way.
Good answer. Very nice answer. Very deep answer. And last point was that it is just a point you said about the changing of the topic, that Bharat Maharaj and that Lakshmanji and Ramji, changing of the topic. So I thought of this phrase, changing of the changing topic. It means the same thing. Changing of the changing topic. Changing of topic raised to 2 square, x square. This is what you taught us in that Leela of Bharat Maharaj. Okay, Mata. Hare Krishna.
I didn't understand what you said.
It's okay. Hare Krishna, Mata. Thank
Hari
you.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Vrindavan Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, in 32nd verse, Parikshit Maharaj is addressing himself as Kshatriya Bandhu. Is it like Dvija Bandhu?
I am the
Because
most
he's-
unworthy person. Kshatriya Bandhu only. I cannot be even called as a qualified Kshatriya. Instead of protecting everyone, I did a greatest mistake of putting the snake on the sage. I did not give him the respect. And he was lamenting for the activity what he has done. That is why he calls himself Kshatriya Bandhu. Kshatriya is supposed to pay respect to the Brahmanas, not disrespect. So here the whole story can be told in this one line. Just by Parikshit Maharaj saying Kshatriya Bandhu, he has gone to the flashback and he is criticizing himself, degrading his own activity by calling himself Kshatriya Bandhu. For name's sake, I am the descendant of Pandavas, but you are so wonderful. You have accepted me.
Yes. It means it's showing his guilt, sense
Yes.
of guilt. Which is
Yes.
And Mataji, then there is a reference wherein he says that I belong to the same Gotra. I was thinking like Kunti Maharani is definitely related, but then a woman's Gotra changes, Mataji, after the marriage.
Woman now is the Gotra. Na? He is saying, my mother's now. Which mothers? Mother who has taken the Gotra of father. Na?
Okay, that one.
Woman's side has different Gotra. But that woman now will be in that Gotra only. Woman cannot say, no, I am in that Gotra. No. Woman is automatically accepted in the husband's Gotra. And now she should qualify her, she should identify herself with that Gotra only.
Then Krishna's Gotra is not same. Like it's changing them.
Krishna is the source of all Gotras.
Of course. Yes.
Gotras come from sages.
Yes. Yes. Like we don't marry in the same Gotra because they are connected, they are related to each other.
Yes.
Achyuta Gotra.
Achyuta Gotra is actually not there because we don't know our sages. That is why Achyuta Gotra Prabhupada said, okay, go and tell something.
Okay, thank you.
It is specifically meant for those who do not know who their father is and who their ancestors are.
They don't know who is their father, who is the mother. In all illicit way they are born. But at least he has accepted Krishna. But that should not be that should not be told by one who knows the Gotra.
Exactly.
Don't degrade your sages. They are our saints. They have given us the knowledge. Just because we have come in Krishna consciousness, don't forget the culture. Don't forget the Maryada. Don't accept any foreign culture. Foreigners were not knowing. So Prabhupada told them. That doesn't mean that foreigners should inject this as an injunction. No, it is not an injunction. It is not an instruction. Those who know the Gotras should speak out their Gotra, paying obeisances to the Rishi, like Vashishta Gotra. You have Vishwamitra Gotra, Kaushika Gotra, that is Vishwamitra Gotra. Vatula Gotra is Vashishta Gotra. So that is like my father's side and all, my mother's side, my father's side, they are all Vashishta Gotra. My Prabhuji's side and all, they are Vishwamitra Gotra, Kaushik Gotra. So when you go there, you should say Kaushika Gotra. My Shiksha Guru also Kaushika Gotra. So you should say Kaushika Gotra.
Yeah, we are Bharadwaj Gotra. So
Bharadwaj
that's why-
Gotra. Yes, glorify Bharadwaj Muni. We don't try to show something. Yeah, that is why what happens when you say actually the Gotra Pujari understands in that case. Born in Bharat Bhumi, doesn't know his forefathers. Okay, he
Very true.
accepts Achyuta Gotra when told by a foreigner. He respects. But when Indian speaks like this, it's not befitting.
Very right. And Mataji, there's another statement where Prabhupada writes, ghost can't remain as soon as holy name of the Lord is chanted. But then Krishna is equal to everyone. Why would he see that ghost is ousted?
Where?
Like in one of the purports, the verse number I'm not able to, where he writes, ghost cannot remain as soon as the holy name of the Lord is chanted.
Ghost cannot remain, yes.
But he is equal to everyone. So they can be present anywhere. They can be present in the temple. They can be present outside the temple. They may not like it so, but then...
Ghosts are present in the temple, you know that?
Yes, I've seen.
All the Bhuta Pisachis, they come to take darshan. That is why when you enter the altar, yes, why? No, don't haunt me. Don't trouble me. I have come to worship Lord. When you do this, they run away. They all come to take darshan. Lord belongs to everyone. So what is that ghost which is removed? The ghost of our own pride. That is why when we blow the Shankha, the first thing we have to say, Naham Vipro, Nachanarapatir, Napi Vaishyo, Nashudro, Naham Varni, Nachagrahapatir, Na Panasto, Yatirva, Kintu Prodya, Nikhila Paramananda, Purnamrtapir, Gopi Bhartur, Padakamalayo, Das, Dasan, Das. This Dasatva should be understood. If that is not understood, then there is a ghost which is there. The holy name will remove our ghost. Ghost of having the pride of our Padavi. We are devotees. First.
This is very difficult. We say humble, but very difficult to be humble.
Humble obeisances is very difficult. Yeah, devotees. First thing, ideally, Das. कितने साल से 20 साल से devotees हैं. We don't know. My Shiksha Guru always says, if you want to renew your devotion, every 6 months, you should say, I'm new to ISKCON. And remember the day when you entered, the time that eagerness to chant. After we become complacent, that's a problem. Keeping the chanting mala also and looking here and there. That one mala, what we did when we got the first mala, I remember that. We are always new. Navanavara sadhamyudhak mantram tumasik. Always be eager to hear. And when you are hearing, hear in such a way that I'm hearing for the first time. So even though this whole canto we will be reading again, it is like hearing for the first time because every word has Navanava rasa. If you see the explanation, what we would have done or what we would have understood in the previous year, something new will be coming out.
Very true.
Somebody told, Mataji, you're not crossing 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I said, I don't know. Because I don't know what was his durbhagya or what. Every time new students used to come, again, first chapter we used to start. So like that it went on. But now he has completed Bhakti Shastri. So he used to say, I know many things. I don't want you first you go to 6th, 7th chapter. No. The more we hear, the more we relish. First chapter, I don't know how many times I would have spoken till now. But whenever I'm reading, it is something new. It's something new. I feel that I have not heard this. Reading is actually self-hearing also. So always hear with a newer and newer rasa. Newer and newer meditation also. Yeah.
Sorry. One last question, Mataji. Mataji, here it is said when we don't pay obeisances to the saints, one must observe a fast. And
Yeah.
I was just reminded of one incident. Like once I was coming and it was at a railway station and I was on the overbridge. And I just saw one man. There was nobody else, just that man. I don't know who that person was, but there was something which was so, like, it actually impels you from within to pay obeisances to him. He had such a radiant face, though he was not of our sampradaya. He was just a saint in that dress, in that robe. But still, there was, from my inner voice was saying, pay obeisances. But my pride was stopping me. You do not know what will others say. Is he actually visible? Because the way others were going, it never appeared like, I don't know whether they were able to see or not. I don't know. And I was feeling so shy. What will others say if I just pay my obeisances? I didn't. But till day, it haunts me. I feel so bad about the whole thing.
So sometimes you are not able to pay obeisances, like you see, not only the some saints who are coming from Mayavad. The best thing is Dasosmi. Just say this from your inside. You're not able to do physically. Dasosmi. I am just servant of all the saintly people who have taken up the path of now Mayavadis. What they have taken up the path to prove that Lord is impersonal. No problem. Even
I
if
could
he's
have
proved-
done, but my pride was stopping me, I think.
Yeah. We are ISKCON devotees, no? What happens when this type of kida enters our consciousness? No? Then we don't just what to speak. Even if somebody is coming from other sampradaya, we don't know to pay respects. That is a problem. We don't entertain.
Nothing can be done for that.
That is why we should improve our consciousness.
Just to alleviate it.
Yeah,
That, of course, that's an endeavor that can be done.
Yeah,
But
we
here
can-
some remedy is given that, okay, we should observe fasting. So that way I'm saying what can be done.
So we have to again, we can mentally pay obeisances. We can mentally pay obeisances and be peaceful. And pray that next time I don't do such.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we can make before everyone to pay obeisances in public places. It cannot be practical also. So better is Dasosmi. Anjali Mudra. Now before everyone Dandavat Pranam, now you will also feel shy. Hey, who is this?
Yes.
So we embarrass them also. And in the heart, it is like what others will feel. So better is mentally say, yeah, we can do Anjali Mudra. There's so many saints who go just like this, they will also do like this. And that becomes more easy. Emotions cannot be publicly expressed. And that too with some unknown person. But yes, sometimes they are so effulgent that their tapasya is seen by in the physics. So you within you have, yes, he's a great person. Just pay obeisances. Simple.
And Mataji, now that first canto is over, what do you think our not exactly level, but what should be the basic understanding or basic take home for us?
Now you're going to be the teachers for the first canto.
Some basic realization should be there, na Mataji.
Yes, that is why when you study again, that realization will happen. But how Bhagavatam evolved, how Sukadeva Goswami came, what was the reason of Bhagavatam. Go through all the chapters. See the sequence, how it with the sequence, and what are the important learnings in every chapter. Take out the Sara. Now, because you are going to present yourself from the next month, next month, now April. No? Yes. From the next month, you're going to present yourself. So, in that presentation, you're not going to teach all the shlokas. Remove the Sara. The Sara. Suppose first, now Aruna Mataji will guide me. How many verses I should take every class? She only guides me. I tell her the whole thing and she will make the. So now she will guide us. That how many verses I'll be taking. Okay, I'll be taking these verses. In that, what is the Sara? How to apply in our day-to-day life? Because Bhagavatam has to be applied. It's not just study oh, I know some verses, I got some full marks. No, it has to be applied in our day-to-day life.
Very true.
So you can contemplate. That contemplation should not cross the boundary. That should be there. Contemplation should be within the boundary of Prabhupada's purpose.
Very
So in this way, if we study, it will be, and then the presentation, like who is going to do in the first week presentation. So it will become very easy and relishing also. Not only relishing for the newcomers, it will be relishing for the ones who are doing it again. So then 10 verses you are also going to study and memorize as much as possible. Memorize the shlokas. This is 1 year is a nice period where you can memorize first chapter, second chapter, whole first chapter, second chapter should be chanted every day. Keep it as a swadhyay. Few verses from other chapters, like Kunti Maharani prayers. You should know it by heart. Bhishma Pitamaha prayers. Even though you don't know by heart, at least you should know to read. So this is what we have to do. Bhagavatam has to be served every day. Open Bhagavatam, serve every day. Memorize the shlokas. What can be the best life than this? Prepare yourself for Fridays. Now we have how many students, Aruna? We have 12 students. Now,
If we
12
can have
weeks.
the schedule, if we can have the
yes,
schedule. it
yes,
will be
12 weeks. But suppose somebody is not a good speaker, not able to do, no problem. Then it will be made to, first it will be starting with 5 speakers. Slowly it will increase. Everybody should speak. So practice how the other devotees are speaking, like that. Yes, Raksha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I want to chant Ram Taraka Mantra for Srimad Bhagavatam. I want to dedicate. Can I?
Okay.
May I, Mataji?
Yes, but 1 minute. Vrindavan Lila is done with.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji. Yes. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Chant.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. Ram Tarak Mantra. Ram 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 Nam Tarakam. Ram Krishna Vasudeva Bhakti Mukti Dayakam. Ram 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 Nam Tarakam. Ram Krishna Vasudeva Bhakti Mukti Dayakam. Janaki Manoharam Sarvalokanayakam. Janaki Manoharam Sarvalokanayakam. Shankaradi Sevyamana Punya Nama Kirtanam. Shankaradi Sevyamana Punya Nama Kirtanam. Rama 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 Nama Tarakam. Rama Krishna Vasudeva Bhakti Mukti Dayakam. Veera Shura Vanditam Ravanadinashakam. Veera Shura Vanditam Ravanadinashakam. आंजनेय जीवनाम राजमंत्र रूपकम. आंजनेय जीवनाम राजमंत्र रूपकम. राम 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 नाम तारकम. राम कृष्ण वासुदेव भक्ति मुक्तिदायकम. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो. हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Thank you so
Mataji,
much for
you are on
reciting
mute,
it,
Mataji.
Raksha Mataji.
Can't hear your voice, Mataji.
Mataji, are you on mute, Mataji?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So meet you all May 9th. Before that, you have exam for this section. We'll have, I think I have given the dates also for the examination. No.
Mataji,
So
exam
Mataji.
dates are not given.
Bindu Mataji will give the dates. She's there or not? No. Okay. Tell Bindu,
Yes,
make
Mataji.
which date, and then dates should not clash with the Bhakti Shastri dates also. Give the date. Okay. I think May first week we have not given any dates.
Okay, Mataji.
It should not clash with the Bhakti Shastri, right?
But Mataji, Bhakti Shastri is there in Saturday, Sunday also, no?
Make the different timing.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, where? Sunday evenings are not Bhakti Shastri.
But Saturday you have no orals.
I
are kept
have
on
I have
Saturday.
from 8 o'clock on 7:30. Orals you can keep 5 to 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mataji. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. वैष्णववृंद की जय. प्रभुपाद की.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
I'll show you my other Goenji. 1 minute.
Happy Ekadasi to all.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.